Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Wave Watch with your host, Sleepy Bull. Today we will be going over none other than Chainlink, one of the bullish projects out there. Chainlink is a sleeper, guys. It says a sleeper. I will be going over the macro Elliott Wave count, some projections that we have in mind as to where Link might go. I think you already see it here on the chart. And some projections, of course, for the long term. Some projections for the next 10 years out. And some projections for the immediate short term. Let's begin. We begin here with, the genesis of Chainlink. Of course, we'll be marking our cycles with, excuse me, intermediate waves here. And our, these are cycles or primary degree here, and our sub-cycles, I guess if you could call it that, intermediate degrees. So we begin with intermediate degree 1, ABC 2 correction. For a third degree correction after that. A third wave correction after that, my apologies. Followed by a wave 4 sideways correction. Now this one, you'll notice that it's a legit sideways correction. It goes sideways, whereas this is more like of a downtrend correction, and it was more I would say sharp in the sense that it's deeper, whereas this correction was more sideways. And of course, you get the classic 618. We go to the wicks, to the close. We get the 618 wicks, as we expect. Alternation between wave 2 and wave 4. And that gives this the feature for wave 4. Wave 5 here is a extended fifth wave, as you can see by the projection of wave 4. And if you give it the test, you guys probably might know from the last video, but one of the tests for testing whether a wave is extended is using the fib retracement. Normally, you expect equality with wave 1, 2, 3, 4 projected onto 4, either equality or 618. Sometimes it's the 618, sometimes it's equality, but the point is fifth wave is about the same size as the first 3 or longer, and that shows you that it's an extension. And when that happens, you normally expect a bottom around the wave 4 of the extension, like you saw here. Around the wave 4 of the extension. I gotta recheck the literature, but I'm sure that's correct. And you see that here. Normally, when an extension, when there's a regular wave count, the bottom comes in sometimes around wave 4 of the of that degree lower, which is this one here. So it's not a surprise that we ended up down here. WXY correction, because this wave 5 became primary 1. This correction, as you can see, was just an ABC with a leading diagonal 1, 2, wave 3. This triangle WXY was a very tricky structure. This was Wyckoff accumulation. But if you break it down in Elliott wave terms, it was a W wave triangle, followed by an ABC X wave, followed by a WXY Y wave. All of this was a sideways wave 4 correction. The spring test was your wave 5. And that's how that played out. And therefore making this structure a 3-3-5 pattern. and the fibs line up perfectly for this. Here, seeing that we have a bottom at the 141 fib extension, trend extension here. So there marks wave 2 for Chainlink. Now, this means that Chainlink has begun the big enchilada. This is it. This is where we're going. This is the glory land. I was talking about projections 10 years out, 15 years out. This is it. This is it. But of course, let's go back to reality. This is where we're going to be at. So, now that we're finished in wave 2, we begin wave 3. Wave 1 of primary 3. Which is of course subsetted by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you'll notice that we're putting in this either rising wedge or parallel rising channel. These wedges are rising channels, they usually go down, and so we expect the breakdown of the wedge and channel to be an ABC correction. And as you can see, we just had the breakout about a few weeks ago, and it looks like we're putting in the B wave up. Yep, I think that's just about right. We just saw the breakdown. We might put the B wave up to back test the wedge. Let me just make this a little bit more precise for you guys there. And from there, we expect the C wave down to be the bottom of wave 2. So, worst case scenario in this case, we're looking at $12. Or just around here, this base right there. So, yeah, you might see a $12 Chainlink. Don't believe the FUD, buy the coin. Once that correction takes place, then the real fun begins for Chainlink, and I do believe we will begin wave 3 of 3, which will see it back up to new highs, just slightly skimming off the top of the all-time high. Now, just like this correction here will be a sharp correction, I'm gonna put my retracement tool, my measurement tool. Where's my measurement tool? This is it. It's not the one I'm looking for, but just like this one is the sharp correction of, say, roughly $36. It should be here. This correction will be a sharp minus 40% correction. This one you should expect a lighter one, say 20%, 30%, roughly half, a little bit more than half of that. So that's what I'm expecting for Chainlink. A mega dump to 12, if you consider that a mega dump. Rally to all-time highs. This is not 90. I said 60. Drop back down. And then eventually top off at wave 5. And that would be roughly $90, $100. I get this from the fib extension here. As you can see, 57, where is it? Normally, wave 5, I like to take a conservative projection for wave 5 of the 2 fib extension. You can also, if the rally gets really wild, you'll have wave 3 go up to the 2 fib extension. And then wave 5 will go up to the 2618 or 272. So so this is the target if it gets pretty crazy. And then you expect a severe rejection for wave 1 of 3. And that's when the mega third of the third, the macro third of the third happens right after that. But to keep things conservatively, this is my estimation. There you have it, folks. Chainlink is about to have a dump before the pump. Sleepy Bull out.